Good morning, everybody. We've got Eloise's little litter here, all 9 of them out on the coffee tables this morning for the first time. They were not nervous about this. I thought they would be. I've got Eloise with me, but she is on my shoulder instead of being with her babies, which is, I'm afraid, typically what we find with Eloise, who thinks everyone should be as confident as she is. They are loving this. And I'm loving it too, of course, in part because this is kind of one of the last few days before I have to separate them into bucks and does. So it's great to have all 9 together. They were very terrified of my husband yesterday. I have to tell you this, especially those who are getting rats from me. I should have had men handle them more from birth. I did try. The men in my household are always very busy. Anyway, I got him to play with them yesterday, and at first they hated him. They ran away. But soon they got used to him and his different voice and everything, and felt a little more confident. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about this litter, especially those of you who are getting a few of these lovelies. They were selected almost entirely, the parents were almost entirely on confidence. I was concerned that some of my does were a bit flighty, so I picked the most confident doe I had and the most confident buck I had of the appropriate variety within the Russian sort of group I have, and put them together. And I'm not saying these are massively confident babies. They're not unconfident. They're just normal babies. But most babies are pretty confident, to be honest with you, if you handle them. But I'm just saying that's the basis on which I chose them, not on the basis of their appearance. So none of these will be what I call show rats. Not a single one will be something I'd be like, oh yeah, it's going to win at a show, because it's not. And mostly that's because of the size of the eyes. You really need huge eyes to compete at the National Fancy Rat Society's recognized shows. But, there's probably other things wrong with them too. But just off the bat, I'll tell you they have average eyes. Some of them have bigger eyes than others, but they're not great. I'm working on it. It's just really hard because I want to breed the most confident rats I have, and of course the ones with the biggest eyes tend to be the less confident ones. That is not because big eyes make unconfident rats. Let me assure you that is absolutely not the case. It is simply the way rats tend to be, which is the really gorgeous ones are the difficult ones. And the really average looking ones are always the best. Actually, that's not even true either, because I can tell you breeders who have delightfully beautiful rats who are also stunningly beautiful, wonderful, confident, amazing, friendly rats. However, it's a new line, and it's a strange one, and I'm just working my way through it, making sure that I make rats that are good pets, and that, yes, if I can show them, terrific. That's kind of my priority. Right, well, that's them this morning, and I will give you updates as we go. But this is Rats in the Living Room, early in the morning.